Welcome to History from the Toilet. So, I make two videos a week where I talk about different things that happened in history that go along with the weekly theme. So, this week's theme is weird punishments. So, I'm going to give you a few more, that I haven't been talking about. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit those buttons, share it out because, we want to let everybody know all about weird history from my toilet. And yes, I am sitting on my toilet. So let's get started. So trial by ordeal in Europe. They people were thrown into rivers. If they sank, they were innocent, or if they floated, they were guilty. They were also forced to hold hot iron or plunge their hands in the boiling water. If they healed cleanly, they were blessed and therefore innocent. It was brutal, but I mean, hey. The other, like I said, there's lots. Please stop, Sebastian. Don't.
Okay.
I have my assistant here. I'll let you look at him. He is holding my list. So tarring and feathering. I'm sure everybody's heard of that, right? You did something bad, you got hot tar thrown on you and feathers, so you look like a bird. Yes, it
Yes.
really happened, Sebastian. So that they were stripped, covered in hot tar, dumped in feathers. They were paraded through town. It was sticky, it was itchy, and trying to clean that stuff up was just a nightmare. So, have you ever heard of the Pear of Anguish? This one is bad. It was a metal device inserted into the mouth, and then it was cranked open like a flower. It was used for liars, witches, and adulterers, though historians debate how widely it was actually used. So, I mean, this is more of a myth, but, it's mentioned. So, Lingchi, death by 1,000 cuts. I'm sure you've heard of that one. It's literally that. They slice you 1,000 times until you essentially bleed to death. But it was also, used for art. Like the person who was doing it was also considered an artist. And the more artsy and the better he did with his punishment, the better he looked. So flaying. Anybody knows what flaying is? Oh yeah, I'm sure you do, right? That's you essentially skin them alive. And it was often used to send a message. The flayed skin would be nailed to a wall as a warning to other people. Now, the wooden horse, yeah. Victims were forced to sit naked on a sharp angled wooden horse, sometimes with weights on their legs to increase the pain. The longer you sat, the worse it got, often used on soldiers or prisoners. So, like deserters, right? Soldiers who deserted their ranks would be punished with the iron horse. Or, excuse me, the
One
wooden
horse.
horse. Yes, I remember. Ducking stool. In Europe and ancient colonial America, no, it's not really ancient, it's a few hundred years old, but it was mostly used to women. It was mostly used on women accused of gossiping and witchcraft. They were tied to a chair and attached to a long beam, and they were dunked into rivers and ponds. It wasn't really lethal, but sometimes they did drown. It was like, the ancient form of waterboarding. Drumming out, which is a military punishment, 17th and 19th century. It was a disgraced soldier was paraded through camp to the sound of drums while everybody watched, often with his insignia ripped off and weapons broken. It was a symbolic exile meant to humiliate him completely, just make him feel really bad for what he did. Just mostly for deserters, right? The neck violin. What is that?
Germany.
In Germany, yeah. Two people who wouldn't stop arguing were locked into a wooden collar together, face to face, unable to escape each other. They had to make peace to be released, like medieval couples therapy. Hey, that's a weird one. Yeah, I mean, people who were publicly fighting were locked in this iron collar together. I mean, you've seen like those movies and whatnot where people are tied together where they're fighting. Well, this was kind of the same thing, only they were locked up for a long time until they made peace. If they never made peace, well, they were stuck that way forever. And the gossip chair. It was a spiked chair. It was literally a spiked chair covered in iron. It was on the seat, arms, and back. It was designed to cause pain while the accused was restrained and interrogated, often used alongside public shaming. So, some of those punishments are brutal. Just ridiculous. I mean, it's amazing to see how we have evolved as a society to, not inflict so much pain. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen because we all know it does. But the stuff that happened, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years ago is just terrible. But hey, I hope you enjoyed this little snippet of some, you know, really brutal punishments that thankfully are no longer used today. So we'll do some more later on. Hope you have a great day, everybody. And don't forget to like and subscribe. You know, help get us out. You got something to say?
Yeah. Everyone like and subscribe.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.